My amazing Leos, welcome into a next 48-hour tarot reading for you. We're going to jump into, as one flops out right off the bat, we're going to jump into the Elemental Oracle deck and see what the next 2 days is going to look like for us. Keeping in mind, as always, this is meant to pertain to around the next 2 days, beginning when you tune into when you were feeling drawn to watch this video, this reading. But we're beginning with the Air card, talking about motion. You may have significant air placements aspected within your chart, like myself, but I do feel either way it's going to be an action, motion-filled next 2 days for you where you're getting a lot done. You may even find you're playing catch-up or getting ahead, completing things of importance, balancing things out like the master that you truly are. They're showing me the richness card in this deck, and it talks about marine life, and if it comes out, it comes out. But it feels like this is a time where the richness of your life in different forms, different ways, is absolutely taking a highlight. For some, your materialistic world, your items that you've, been gifted and invested in otherwise. And I feel this could also play into finances, connections, experiences, opportunities, right? And so they're saying you're one rich soul. So let's remember this and maybe enhance the awareness of it. Ooh, the breath card talking about life. And so I feel like this is a time where you are breathing in new life while staying busy. A lot of those busy moments and accomplishments they are by choice if you think about it in one way, shape, or form, or at least dating back. But it just feels like your responsibilities and obligations are very consistently playing into the next 2 days and surrounding it. But I feel like you're flowing quite nicely while simply not forcing it at this point along your path, because it just feels like you don't want to, period. And you've learned that that's just going to work against you and what you're applying yourself towards or connected to in that moment. And I find that this is a lesson or maybe a reminder of importance, from you, through you. Doesn't mean you're saying this specifically to somebody or people, but you're an example of this for others. But they're also saying that, in a sense, in certain ways, you're living a new life, okay? Because I feel like you at times forget how new things have been for you, while other aspects of your day-to-day life are very familiar, the same. I'm hearing the same old, and a lot of which is by due to your choices. But, say there was a move of residence that sparked this new life for you. You forget this at times, right? Or maybe it was a career shift. It could have been a further commitment with, a romantic partner. And they're saying you're going to find that friends take a highlight, because friendship is an important part of life, even if you're like myself, a loner, or at times feeling the need to be or the want to be a loner. And so they're saying just because friendship and maybe even the potential of love is on the mind and maybe being spoken upon and acted upon, doesn't mean you need to compromise or get rid of all of your solitude. You know what I mean? You can have both. You deserve both, because I feel this Leo collective needs the reminder at certain points that you are somebody who craves, wants, even needs the connecting with other souls, right? As people will feel magnetized towards and even wanting to stick around your physical energy field in the next 48. I hope that I said that right. People are magnetized towards you. And some will even want to just kind of stay put within your energy field because they like what you have to offer. And I feel like you're bringing people a sense of comfort somehow, if not in multiple ways. But the transformation card, talking about pressure, you can even reverse that. The pressure card talking about transformation, because I feel like there's, a fine line or two that's really taking a highlight when someone's maybe speaking to you in a certain kind of way or asking something of you, or maybe acting in some way, shape, or form in your midst. But I feel like, even expectations, if I didn't say that already, I feel like there's some levels of pressure within a situation, and for me it's going to be my lovely serving job, and it just feels like this isn't all that okay you want out of life. It's not everything your heart desires, and it just feels like it's kind of annoying, right? And heavy. But it does feel like the ways that it's not like you're forcing it once again, but you pressure yourself through expectations, through being maybe an overachiever like myself, a hard worker. But they're saying knowing yourself best is key at this point by not per se putting so much heaviness into that, but in a light way, pushing yourself towards more, towards completion and maybe even different in life. Okay. But I find that you are thinking about maybe even speaking upon the actions of other people, because I sense that there has maybe been one or two people for some that have done you dirty, done you wrong recently. And so that's part of the next 48. But it does feel like as well, there are goofy moments, there are funny content parts of this period. You may be showing somebody someone else's content, whether it's somebody you don't personally know, it could be somebody you once upon a time or in general know personally. But either way, I find that people's online content is bringing a sense of laughter into your world that feels quite necessary. Because with this card and this card even, you're finding that life just feels maybe a little bit too uptight at certain points, too expected even, and maybe a little too overly serious. So in these moments of laughter and even goofiness, I feel even ridiculousness is what I'm getting with a person or two, if not multiple for some, in your physical reality. Regardless of what situation that's wrapped up with or involving, you just know that this is necessary. It's maybe even spiritually guided because, ooh, interesting as I'm doing this. So connecting is a huge part of this time once again. But I'm hearing entanglement. Yeah, we need to laugh a bit more, all right? Let's move on to some Wild Reflections Tarot. I was feeling guided to use this one for you, or I should say for us. But the Three of Wands on the board flopping out like we do here on this channel because you are thinking forward, right? You're thinking about commitments and structure working to your advantage, and maybe in one or two ways where it, kind of leaves you struggling a bit more or lacking in some way, shape, or form, or not being in your best energy, okay? But it does feel like you're going to be thinking about, for some, travel, thinking about new experiences and new commitment, or the potential of which. Where do I want to go next? Now, if you don't plan to or want to travel to a distance, this could be talking about, small adventures, living life more, right? Getting out there and gaining some fresh air and fresh experiences, and even if that's in a solo way, but Spirit's recommending that you at least have some of which, involving other souls in your external, your physical reality. But there's something about your spirituality really working well for you, while I feel as if there's at least one spirit trying to work against you or hurt you in some way, shape, or form. And I feel you're ultra protected. You may need black onyx if that's the case, but I find this labradorite is helping me greatly recently. It was gifted to me from one of my beautiful subscribers. But black onyx is the one that does typically protect us from negative spirits. The tiger's eye here that I have is also being highlighted, pointed out to me, because I find that it's not courage that this can bring that you need at this point, maybe to make it a little bit of a change, or which is actually a bigger change than it feels. But I sense that you are going to be wanting to manifest more money, right? Having a better head on your shoulders is what I'm getting, wanting to save better for this and that of importance in the future. And I feel that you need to understand the power and the magnitude of the tiger's eye crystal, okay? I keep getting a bunch of crystals, so it's somehow part of your next 48. What else do we have for Leo? Ooh, flying onto the ground. Yeah, the Hermit card. I'm gonna get it. Ooh, as I struggle a bit, the Hermit, the Six of Swords, and the Queen of Swords, as well as the World card. Yeah, because it feels like in moments of keeping to yourself, even if you're surrounded by or working well with others, there's highlighting of how your world is changing and what needs to be released, even if it's not anytime soon, okay? Because again, the Three of Wands, you're looking forward. And ready to take action is what I'm getting, and that plays into that motion air card. But the Six of Swords, because, yeah, again, you're thinking about what you want to sail more so towards and what you want to sail away from. Somebody's thinking, I want a new job, but are you actually going to act upon that? I have those moments for sure. But I feel as I struggle a bit, the Hierophant in the reverse talks about things that aren't changing, things that maybe aren't going to change, which may push you to make a significant change otherwise. Where are you holding yourself back by not being completely honest or making an adjustment or two of importance? And for some, I feel it plays into your health somehow. But I do sense that this is a period for you where there are changes in the air, okay? It feels like people are looking at you differently in a more powerful, valuable light. Somebody's changing their tune with you and being nicer. And I almost feel like that's going to rub you the wrong way, or you're just going to be like, whatever, you know? But moving on, I feel in the midst of necessary amounts of patience and lighter energy stemming from you, you may even need to cleanse your energy in order for that to, come to be. You're needing to remember that you have to do what's right for you. You have to do what's right for Leo, not what's right for that company, that job, not what's right for someone else in your life or multiple people or a situation, a commitment otherwise. You have to put yourself first. And I know this isn't something you feel in the moment you need a reminder of, but for some reason in the next 48, maybe even soon after it, this reminder is going to come through, I feel, at multiple points, because there's a need to, put yourself first in all aspects, all ways, but to spark this fertile birthing, maybe even rebirth kind of energy for the future. I just heard you're pregnant with potential. Interesting wording. And I feel that this is shining bright in the next 48. Something that you gave birth to a while ago for some. Could be more recently, but that is regardless doing well. It's shining bright. I find that Spirit is, for you being drawn to this reading, putting your name or maybe your business name more so, or both, into plopping it into the minds, the awareness of other people, okay? If you work online, that's doing better than it has been recently. But the Two of Swords, they're saying you don't have to have it all figured out, okay? Because you're going to kind of be in that Emperor mindset in the next 48, where you're wanting clarity. You may gain some in the next 2 days, but you're not going to have it all figured out, and you're not meant to. But they're saying with this very powerful, accurate imagery, with a sense of you not having all the answers and full foresight for the future. And for some, you do see things in a predictive nature, but you don't see it all either way or understand it all once again. Doesn't mean you don't shoot for the target, right? Doesn't mean you don't make a change. And they're saying don't be surprised when you aim for a target in the next 48 that feels maybe small or medium sized, helping you with larger targets to aim for in the future, and you hit the bullseye, right? And so that is significant for you in multiple ways. But let's pull a couple tea leaves and get ready to wrap this up. For Leo, someone is going out of your life, or it's the end of a situation, okay? I'm feeling this is in the near future, not in the next 48. You need to understand that this is important for you, okay? And that could be multiple aspects, right? It could be a person and a situation. It could be multiple people. It could be two situations, you name it, or one or the other. But there's certain times when you've been dissatisfied with life, and maybe even this is playing into other people's energy, but somehow that's part of the next 48. And look at this. We just said this. This positive Tower card talks about a solid foundation, bringing you success with effort. And we're moving on to use your intuition to make beneficial change. So, Leo, this was an amazing, powerful reading as always. I hope it was truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light. I'll see you in your next read.